Peace, peace, magical ones. Will your day is well. It's your girl Sanserae coming back at you with another little video share. And my last video was how to make homemade rose water. And today I thought I'd share with you a quick and easy way to make a witch's attracting salt scrub. So we are actually going to use a little bit of the homemade rose water we made, as well as some salt, some sea salt, some sugar, some pink Himalayan sea salt, and a little bit of sweet almond oil. And what we're doing here is we are intending this scrub to use prior to our spells and rituals and things like that, to give us a nice cleansing, a nice protective scrub, as well as with the attracting properties of the rose as well as the sugar. It's always nice to sweeten things up a bit. And the reason for my last two videos having to deal with rose water and then this little sugar scrub that you can kind of use when you're taking a bath or a shower is basically to get some use out of the month of July, which the month of July is associated with the water element. Shout out to all the Cancers who are large and in charge right now. So I just wanted to share with the family some ways that you can tap into your water magic. And the element of water makes up about 70% of the earth. It makes up a large part of your physical body and what's on the inside of you. And we are very much connected to water as we are with all things. And water is very intuitive and receptive, and it's just a wonderful way to immerse yourself in the purifying, cleansing, and watery intuitiveness that makes up the most of Mother Earth and you as well. So these were definitely videos to sort of get into your water magic, and that's what I wanted to do here again today. So once again, I'm going to show the family how to make a quick and easy sugar protective scrub that you can use prior to your spiritual and magical workings. So you just need a couple of items as always. The first thing here is some sea salt, and I actually have some coarse sea salt, and I've placed a protection stone inside, which is a black tourmaline. It's charged, so I just leave it in there for a little while, make sure we get it all good and protected. And then I've got some organic sugar here. This is white organic sugar. You could also use brown if you choose to do so. And I put a little charged rose quartz crystal in this one to help with attracting the love and all that good stuff. And then here I've got a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt. And I put a little green aventurine in there, just in case we want to attract a little money or some luck or something like that. We've got a green aventurine in there to give this a little charge. So these have been like this for a little while, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my stones out as we get ready for this. You also, if you have any leftover of your homemade rose water, you can bring that in as well. And I've got here some sweet almond oil. You can use any oil that you have, even olive will work, but keep it in line with the sweetness that we want to attract. I chose the sweet almond for today. And then I did another little ditty which with some rose petals, some dried rose petals, and I just used my mortar and pestle to crunch these suckers up, and we're going to add them into the scrub just for prettiness and also because of the wonderful magical properties of the rose for attracting. So the salt, of course, is going to work to cleanse and remove any negativity or negative energies before you do your spells and ritual work. And this is just basically going to be a scrub. So you can use it on your hands, you can use it on your face, or you can use it all over your body, however you choose to do, especially if you're doing it prior to your workings. It'll be very relaxing if you want to use it for prior to meditations or visualizations. It will be very attracting if you want to use it prior to your candle magic or whatever workings that you are going to use. So really simple. We're just going to add all of the salts and sugar to a separate bowl, and then combine them a little bit with a couple of stirs. And you can add just as much rose water and oil as you like. I like my scrubs to be a little grainy and not as oily, but definitely do whatever you choose to do. And as always, it's good to intend all of your items prior to making them for your purposes. It just helps add to the power of your magic with the focus and intent that you put on them as you're doing your do's. And I also am going to add the dried rose petals now, and you can just add as many of these as you choose. These were just red roses that I got and dried out. Just make it really pretty, and then you've got that added attracting quality in there. And then I'm just going to put a few drops of the rose water in. Now, if you want to do this without oil, you can very much use the rose water to moisten the salts, but you don't have to, or you can use a combination of both, which is what I'm going to do. It should give it a nice little hue, and you'll notice that once you start to add the liquid, it starts to become a little chunkier, and you just want to make sure you're mixing well. And you could always say a little prayer or chant, or just say your wills as you're mixing it. It doesn't really matter, whatever you choose, whatever you think about while you're mixing it is going to be your do. So always try to think about what you are intending to do and the things you want to manifest. So that looks good to me, and now I'm going to add some oil, and I just like to eyeball it. If you want to have it a more oil-like consistency and be a little bit more watery or liquidy, then you can use about the same amount of oil as you do salt. So if you use a 1/4 cup of salts combined, then you should use like a 1/4 cup of oil. And if you find it to be too oily once you do that, then just add some more salt or sugar, and vice versa if it's not oily enough for you. So with this, I want to try to get it to where it sort of stays a clump in my hand. So I'm going to add just a little bit more oil to it. And once again, this is wonderful to use prior to your workings or your rituals or meditations. It will definitely calm and soothe you. It's also highly aromatic, which is wonderful. And then you've got the beautiful attracting qualities of the roses and the rose water that you're using, as well as the sugar, which is good to sweeten up any spell and to bring things into you. What's the old saying? You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. So it's always good to, although we're not attracting flies here, but it's always good to sweeten up some things that you are wanting. And then obviously the salt is great for cleansing and removing the negativity. So I think this is about a great consistency for me. So I'm loving that. How well the family can see it. It's really pretty too. And it smells wonderful. You've got the wonderful aromatic fragrance of the rose water in there. And you can sort of smell a little bit of the sugar in there. And it's just beautiful. So after you make it up, you can choose to store it in a plastic container or jar, whichever one you choose. It will last for a little while. So if you just want to use it for your spells or workings, it will definitely last you a minute, as long as you keep it in something that is airtight, air sealed. And then you can just set it in your bathroom, or you can set it on your altar for a little while, or your sacred space, and give it another really good charge. I also like to keep my little pink quartz in there for a little while, and we're just going to let that get charged up a little bit more. So there you have it, a sugar salt scrub, a witch's sugar salt scrub for protection and attracting. So you can use this prior to your workings, and it will definitely give you the right mindset and some wonderfully moisturized and beautiful smelling skin. So I will, this video has helped you in some way. Be sure to like and subscribe, and check us out at the website yaelsmoon.com and l9shop.com for the products. Coming soon, naturalhealingmagic.com. And you can check me out on Facebook by name, Sanserae Scott. And be sure to check out the group as well, Magical Scents and Hints on Facebook. So until next time, family, peace and love and magical blessings.